Now, in her defense, I was super duper pregnant with my first child, her first grandson. And so it was a milestone for us as a family, and she was kind of accustomed to us talking a lot. But it was 2007, and I had upped the ante with my GCI goals, and I'd added 2 more agents to my team, and I really was starting to plan out my maternity leave. And well, as exciting as it was, I still needed to make it rain for my now 4-man team, and the pressure was about to pop. And honestly, so was I, which meant that I had to turn my prospecting game way, way up and my personal calls way, way down. My mom is a cardiac intensive care nurse, and yeah, I've called her at work, and I could if I needed to, maybe an emergency, but her job is really intense and people's lives are on the line, so obviously I try not to. So when she was kind of short with me that day about me not being available, I said, Mom, hello, what if I called you and someone was coding? You wouldn't be offended, and I wouldn't be offended if you told me you couldn't talk, because of course someone's life was in your hands. Well, I have a lot of people's lives in my hands, and also one in my belly. Now, her being my mom, she corrected me and said that it was my uterus, not my belly. But I think for the first time ever in that moment, she realized that just because I was a realtor and kind of always quote unquote working, that didn't mean that I was also always available. I genuinely think that might have been the very, very first time that she ever viewed my job like a real job. And viewing my real estate job as a real job, just like her real job as a nurse, it really helped to mend that fence. But you know what? It also made me realize that we have to have these rules defined for ourselves and the expectations set for the people who support our real estate dreams. Otherwise, we are definitely going to be living kind of a real estate nightmare.